Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my very first Christian Dior Privee fragrance purchase. So here's the box that it arrived in. I actually filmed this before and was having some technical issues, so I'm going to redo it today. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up again and show you what's inside. Okay, so we've got the box open and it comes with this envelope that has I think a return label on the inside. And then it has this dust bag. I already opened this up, but here is the sticker that comes on tissue paper. And this order came with a little Dior bag, which I probably won't use, so I might pass it along to somebody else. It came also with this free complimentary gift, and it's a phone charm, I believe they said in the order. Let me get this thing open. And it's cute. I'll actually take that out and play with it and see. I probably won't put it on my phone either, but I'll at least look at it. And then I also got this bag of samples. I got 2 complimentary fragrance samples, and I selected Oud Ispahan and Gris Dior. That's what they had. And then you also get a deluxe sample. And so I got this little deluxe mini of Oud Ispahan. I'll open that up and show it to you. The fragrance itself, here I got Gris Dior, and it comes on this little, nestled on this little pillow. It's very fancy packaging, so it makes you feel better about all the money you spend buying directly from their store. So I got Gris Dior in the limited edition packaging. I got the 250 ml Big Mama bottle because it seemed more cost effective to get that. And that was the only size they had left over for the limited edition packaging. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so here is the fragrance I purchased. This is Gris Dior. I have heard of this before. I'd seen it a little bit here and there, but I don't think it's one that's talked about too much. And so I wasn't that I guess, keen on discovering or exploring the Dior Privee line. I have a couple of Dior fragrances. I love them. They're some of my favorites. But I guess I just heard, though, they're kind of expensive. So I just wasn't too into it. But I managed to get my hands on a sample of the Gris Dior on Macquarie. Someone offered 2 of the actual little samples for a good price, and I was curious enough to give it a try. Got the sample, spritzed it on, and I didn't like it. It didn't smell bad, but I didn't understand. The few reviews I'd heard of it made it sound so beautiful, and I wasn't picking up on that. It was very earthy. And so I ended up just, scrubbing it off, like washing it off and going about my business. I tried it on again a couple weeks later, same type of thing. It smelled fine. It smelled earthy. It smelled nice, but not anything I wanted to like wear on my skin. So I kind of just forgot about it. That was last year. And then after buying the MFK Feminine Pluriel and getting the sample, I realized it reminded me of something. And so I was going through my samples and collections trying to figure out what it reminded me of. And I realized that there's a note or a vibe in there that really reminded me of Gris Dior. So I got curious, found the sample, spritzed it on again, and decided to leave it, right? It still had that same kind of earthy vibe in the beginning, and I wasn't that into it. But after it dried down on my skin, I think I went back and smelled it like 15, 20 minutes later. It smelled so incredibly beautiful. The earthiness was still there, but all the other notes had kind of come out and started to blend together. And it was a beautiful, gorgeous scent. And I was sniffing myself all day. And so then I had to have it. I went through both the little sample bottles very quickly after that and decided to make the purchase. So let's talk about the fragrance a little bit. Okay, so Gris Dior is a Chypre floral fragrance, I believe that's the correct category, that came out in 2017. I know it was a rename of the original, like Gris Montaigne. I think that's what it was called. never smelled that. I've heard that it's supposed to be the same fragrance. I've also heard that they're slightly different. Never got a chance to smell that, so I can't be too worried about it. And it has notes of oak moss, rose, patchouli, bergamot, amber, cedar, and sandalwood. So I think when I was first looking into this fragrance before buying a sample and I saw those notes, I definitely wasn't that excited about it. I like bergamot, I like amber, I do like woody fragrances, but the oak moss and rose, I didn't know what that would smell like together. I don't mind oak moss. It's in a couple of my fragrances, but I've also smelled it in other fragrances and it really put me off. So I think when I first sampled it, that really earthy note I was getting was a mix of maybe the oak moss and the patchouli. But again, as it settles into the skin, the rose starts to come out and it sweetens it up. And it's this really beautiful, delicate, not overly jammy rose. And it's not like an overly fresh, dewy rose. It's somewhere in between. It's sweet enough that I can smell it throughout the fragrance once it all dries down into my skin. And then there is definitely that fresh aspect from the bergamot that's in there. And I will say that freshness also starts to come in. I notice more with the rose. Let me spritz it on my hand. Oh, actually not on that hand because I'm testing something else on that hand. So it has a really nice sprayer. Nice fine mist. And I will say that wearing it from this actual bottle, the sprayer diffuses much better than the sample bottle did, which brings down some of that kind of pungent earthiness that I was getting in the beginning. So it's not as strong as in the samples. And you start to get all the other notes more. So this bottle version definitely gives a better spraying experience than the samples I have, because when I sprayed the bottle as soon as I got it, I noticed that I didn't have to wait for that really strong earthy sensation in the beginning to kind of mellow out while the other notes come up. Now they're all kind of out now together. And I do get, the rose, I get the bergamot, and it gives us this fresh, light, bright quality to it. As it wears out on the skin more and more, it starts to get even more kind of gentle and well blended. I can not really pick out any particular note, but there's the woodiness in the base and the amber. It just makes it a very nice, classy, elegant, I don't know that I would say sexy per se, but there's definitely something alluring and addictive about this fragrance. I had my friend try it, or not try it. I had him smell it when I was wearing it, and he thought it was really, really good and definitely said I should get a bottle. The bottle was already on the way, but him saying buy a bottle let me know I had made a really good choice. So again, I got the largest bottle they had. I was originally just going to go get the 1.25 ounce bottle, but they don't have that in stock for the special edition, limited edition bottle, which I thought was cute and I wanted to get it. So then when I was looking at the options, there are 3 sizes. There's the, I believe, maybe it's 1.35 ounces, and it's like $125. Then they have the 4.2 ounce, which is $330. And then they have for the largest side, which is 8.4 fluid ounces, which is a lot. That's like 2 whole bottles of perfume into one. And that's this size right here. And that was $450. If you get the limited edition packaging, it's $460. So for $10 more, I thought it'd be fun. And so when I thought about it, I know I like this enough that I would get through the 1.3 ounce bottle and want to buy another one. And at that point, then I'm thinking, okay, let me just go ahead and purchase the 4.2 ounce. And with that being $330 and then the 8.4 ounce being $450, it seemed like for $120 more, you're doubling that amount and you're getting so much more. So I shouldn't have to repurchase this for a very, very, very long time. So it was more cost effective. It basically brought down the price of the perfume from being anywhere from $90 to $97 dollars per ounce to $54 per ounce when I got the biggest size. So I thought, okay, if I'm going to go through a couple of bottles of the smaller size, might as well do a one and done big bottle, save some money in the long run. That's how I justified it, and get the big one. And it's big. It is heavy. It's got this really nice magnetic cap. It says CD for Christian Dior on it. And I don't know if you can see it because my lighting's not great, but it also says that inside the cap. And it's a strong cap. Like, you can pick up the bottle with it. I don't recommend it because this bottle is heavy, but you can pick it up. And for the fact that this is 8.4 fluid ounces, that's a really strong, good quality cap going on. And then the top, the atomizer spray, also has CD written on it. You can see the Houndstooth pattern going around the bottle. And it's really cute. It's a cute little touch. I do like the plain bottles as well, but I thought, you know, limited edition, let me just go ahead and grab that. Because if I do end up going through this and repurchasing another one, it'll be one of the plain bottles, I'm sure. And then there's not really much of anything on the bottom. Usually, like, brands have like a sticker or something here to talk more about the fragrance, but there really wasn't. All that information is on the box that it came in, which also has the Houndstooth pattern. So you can see that here, right? Gris Dior, 8.4 fluid ounce. There's the batch code number. Okay, so let me go ahead and smell this one more time. Yeah, it just smells really great. This would make a really great signature scent. I could easily wear this every single day. I've already worn it a few times since I've gone through the 2 small samples and got this big bottle. Yeah, and it smells better and better the longer and longer it sits on your skin. I really love it. And it's made me want to explore Chypre fragrances more because I love Feminine Pluriel so much, which is, I think, also a Chypre floral. And I love this one. So now I'm going to be looking for more fragrances of that category. I heard that the Bottega Veneta fragrance is a really great Chypre to try. So I've got my eyes open for that. It seems to be out of stock in most places. But if you have any recommendations of Chypre fragrances that you think I would enjoy, please leave those down below. And let me go ahead and show you the cute little sample. So here is the Oud Ispahan sample that it came with. So this is just a dabber. You can see how small it is. It's really cute. And this fragrance, I did sample it from the, it smells nice. I got the actual 2 regular samples when I placed my order. When you place an order over, I think it's over $100 or over $125, you get like a deluxe sample. But for the other orders, you just get 2 regular samples. So I have tried the Oud Ispahan, and it's a rose oud fragrance. So the scent profile is not that unique. I've smelled it before. I have it in my collection, but it's different because it's drier. And not as like thick or cloying. There's something airy about it. I'll have to play around with it more to see if it's a fragrance that I want to add to my collection. But again, I already have a couple rose oud perfumes, so I don't know that I need another one, especially it's a pretty hefty price tag, so it wouldn't make sense to add something super similar to my collection when I already have a couple. I should wait till I go through it and then see if I want to try another one. But that's all I have for you today. If you have any recommendations or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.